Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to ChriswithaC. Hope you're all doing well, thank you very much today. Look guys, what's on table? Cheeky. Guys, I've been a little bit, how can we call, radio quiet recently. As you can see, Welsh winter is with us. The weather's been absolutely horrendous here in South Wales, like really bad. Like when I say bad. Flooding, all sorts of weird stuff. But anyway, end of the world stuff. No, I'm joking. Anyway, we have been working on, quietly in the background, on the Hobao SSTE. Many of you guys have seen, obviously, the unboxing video. If you haven't, please do go back and check it out. I'll put it in the eye above. Absolutely awesome truck, and something I wanted for my birthday from my wife and kids. So guys, if you're watching this video, massive thank you to my wife and my daughter. I've been working on this. I've been wanting to kind of get this up and running. Big shout out to the guys at Western Valley Models, and I want to show you what we've ended up with. This isn't going to be an actual running video because, as I say, the weather at the moment is bad, but hey, I'm going to show you the truck, show you what I've done, what my plans are going forward, and some of the things that I've noticed basically when putting the truck together, what I feel about it, and that sort of thing. So rather than bumping my gums, let's dive down and we'll go from here, shall we? Come on in. Right guys, so as you can see, this is my Hobao SSTE. Very proud of how this has come out. Absolutely awesome truck. I haven't had a chance to run it yet, so obviously I can't comment on the performance, but I'm going to go through what I've done. Oh yeah, by the way, as you can see, ChriswithaC lanyards, guys. I am going to be basically going to be giving these away to some subscribers. All right, I've had a couple made up, so don't comment just yet, but I will be giving a few of these away to some lucky subscribers in videos coming soon. Some lanyards and a few other bits and bobs, but yeah, ChriswithaC lanyards, awesome. But yeah, the Hobao SSTE. As you can see, I've gone for this lovely PS32 Tamiya paint. And the reason why I've done this, I did have a plan to actually turn this car into very much a race-inspired, a race-looking truck, e.g. there was going to be kind of neon colours and this, that, the other. But then I was looking around on the internet and on a few Facebook pages and stuff like that, and I seen someone come up with an idea, and it stuck in my head. And when I was visiting Headley and the guys up in Western Valley Models, I was going through all the paints and this, that, the other, and I was initially looking for a neon pink and a grey to go at the rear. And I think Jason Perrin actually did a build with, he had like a pink and a purple, and I think there was a grey involved, and I decided okay, well, let's try and make it look a bit different. So I wanted to go for this kind of clean, aesthetically pleasing look, this really sort of sharp looking paint, and I think it's come out absolutely lovely, to be honest with you. So I mean, basically what I did is yeah, PS32 is called Corsa Grey. It's more like a baby blue really, more than anything, but yeah, I think it's come out absolutely gorgeous, as you can see. The truck itself, a few things to mention. So what I'll do in a moment, as you can see, I have got backflips on there again. These were inspired by Ricky from Beyond RC, and also Jason Perrin. Big shout out to those guys, big fans of their channels. So yeah, I've seen the fact that we're using backflip 4S backflip LPs, and I decided that it was a good idea. And as you can see, it does kind of set the truck off absolutely lovely, I think, really. It's, you know, really kind of sharp looking. I love obviously this the chrome wheel hexes as well, and it all kind of fits in really nice together. So yeah, I've gone for the kind of minimal looking. As you can see, I've got Hobao Hyper Team there, a Hobao on the rear of the car, we've got Hobao Racing on front. Obviously I've cut with the stickers, but what I did do is I'll obviously mask the front out. And yeah, as you can see, she is sitting pretty, guys. Obviously Hobao Racing, there's the same obviously on the other side. A couple of things I like about obviously the setup is the way Hobao or Hobao. Basically, you've got obviously the Allen keys are captured in these little washers, and just little design keys, stuff like that I thought, you know, that's actually really, really nice. They've done it again, as you can see on the front stabilizer bar there. Just really nice, really sharp looking. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to pause the video 2 seconds. We'll remove the body, and yeah, we'll dive into it, and I can show you the rest of the car then. Okay, so took the body pins out. Let's just remove the body. Yeah, so as I say, it's Tamiya PS32 Corsa Grey is the colour, and I think it came out quite sharp, and I did back it with a metallic. So as you can see, I love the going back to painting bodies. You know, it is one colour, very easy to paint for many people, but just take your time. I put 7 coats on of the base coat of the PS32, and then backed it 3 times with a metallic colour, and yeah, come out lovely. Come out really, really nice actually. Take your time. So this is my SSTE, guys, and I'm going to run you through what I've done here. Now, as I mentioned in the previous video, I wanted to try and keep the cost down of building this vehicle. I do apologise, guys, I need to work on lighting. It is, as I say, winter. So what I actually did is repurpose a few bits, and basically the electrics package in here, it was either given to me or it was out of other vehicles I already had. So as you can see, I have got my Arrma BLX 2050 kV motor in there. Plenty of power. I'm going to be running this on 4S, alright, so it's not going to be 6S. I've got a 20-tooth pinion in there, alright, and also a Hobby Wing SC8 ESC. Again, that's going to be capable for 2S to 4S. I had to basically solder some new connections, got to run EC5s. And also my faithful DS3235 Pro servo. I've actually put a battery in, spun the wheels up, and there's plenty of wheel speed, so I think 4S is going to be my happy point. I tried to make all the wiring as neat as I possibly could. As you can see, I ran them basically around the car. Placed my on-off switch there. Did a little bit of tidying up with the wire in there. One thing to mention, guys, I will say, is the receiver box is a little bit tight. I did have to slightly notch out slightly for the wires to go in. I am going to be fitting a Bigfoot Customs fan on here. All right, I've got the actual fan, but I need to order up a 40mm surpass rocket fan to go on here. I've got some Bigfoot Customs, and big shout out to Ben Davis for actually making these guys. I'll put a link in the description as well. Made some mud flaps for me. What else have I done yet? So basically, when I was putting the car together, I decided, right, obviously I was going to use this servo. Now, one of the things I did notice is the way these servos actually mount in was a little bit awkward being straight view. Because the way the wires come out, they actually get caught on the way the servo's mounted in. So what I did is I took a little bit of a Dremel, because for example, the actual servo wire comes out on the side here. So I took a Dremel and just Dremeled out ever so slightly and notched it, basically. As you can see, the servo wire is hiding behind there. And I wanted to keep it nice and clean and all pretty looking. For the build itself, as I say, I am going to be ordering some hub extenders, mine, because I just wanted to sit out 10mm further on each wheel. Custom RC upgrades, I'm going to order some of those because they do fit. Shocks wise, what I actually did was put a bit of preload on the front of them. As you can see, they now return up quite nice. So let's just kind of... See, the idea is the front of the car should always return to a vertical position on your arms, as you can see. And that actually returns back quite nicely there. Yeah, so differentials wise, what did I do? I put 100k in the front, and it's one thing I will actually mention here, guys, is if you decide to pick up one of these trucks, please, 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 for the love of God, check over the differentials before you run it, because the front, centre and the rear all didn't have enough diff oil in them. And I can kind of understand, you know, Hobao have actually given it to you in that sense. for you to actually tune your diffs how you actually want them. But so what I actually did was I put 100k in the front, I've put 200 in the center, and I've also put, I think it's 60k in the rear. Yeah, 60k in the rear. Now, when taking it apart, the thing to mention here is make sure that you're obviously checking over all your screws, anything that goes metal to metal. You can see the chassis is lovely. Anything goes metal to metal, make sure you are actually putting some Loctite on there as well, guys. But the actual build quality, it was absolutely awesome. It was just more of a setup really that we had to do with this, because the toe and the camber were completely out. As you can see, I've now got them centered quite nicely. The tyres are now sitting quite flat on the floor. Instead, they were actually on quite an angle, really, to be honest with you. So I've managed to get that right. I've actually still kept a slight amount of toe. Not a massive amount, but enough to actually help me. What else have I done? As you can see. So yeah, it's the WP SC8. Thank you, Gareth Manning from Pantside RC, Bash and Crawl. He actually donated this ESC for me, and what I actually did, guys, because I did notice the fan in it was a little bit anemic, I've actually added a 30mm rocket fan in there. So now, obviously, this ESC is going to stay lovely and cool. But overall, the build quality of this vehicle, I was very, very impressed with. Just a really, really nicely, as you can see, remember I mentioned about the hex hardware being captured in these little washers, just little design keys. So the rear now sits again. I added a centimetre of preload, so I measured from the top of the shock cap there to the actual edge of the preload washer or tensioner or whatever you want to call it. And now the car does seem to settle quite nicely back in a vertical position. Just very, 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 it was what I should have done when I started taking it apart and obviously looking at the diffs and everything was actually look at the manual a bit better. So I did get myself in a bit of a kerfuffle, because I basically just hammered it and basically ploughed into servicing the differentials and everything else, and then came a little bit unstuck on where all the screws went. But yeah, she is a beautiful, beautiful truck, and I've got a feeling this is going to be very, very quick on 4S. As you hear, the metal gearing sounds absolutely awesome, really nice and clicky. Now, big shout out to Robbie from RC. Okay, he's actually gone and done the exactly same build as me, and he's actually run this truck, and he said it is really, really quick for what it is. A lot of you guys will actually know that 4S vehicles is kind of my happy spot. I don't know why, can't explain why. I like the way 4S vehicles are. They're not as heavy as 6S trucks. They're still quite nimble and fast, but I can still have a lot of fun bashing them. Plans for the vehicle. What are my plans? Well, I think I'm going to upgrade the chassis first as last. All right, so they Hobao actually sell a chassis upgrade for this, and they come with a 4mm thick chassis upgrade, whereas this one is actually 3. I'm also going to speak to I think it's Lee Coogan from Coogan Billet in Ireland. He actually makes some billet CNC machined chassis braces, so that is quite important, obviously, to keep the tension and keep the vehicle strong. And he also makes up some upgraded shock towers. So I think what I'm going to do is go for the Hobao upgraded 4mm CNC 7075 chassis. I'm going to go for some Coogan shock towers, Coogan brace. But this essentially is my ground basher / racer. And I really, really love the way it's come out. I hope you guys agree, actually, because yeah, it just looks pretty badass, I think, to be honest with you. I'm just going to put the body back on. There you go. Oh, now these little bunny ears, I will say, are a bit of a pain in the backside and the side. Now, a lot of people have asked actually, what those bunny ears for on the side of the vehicle? Well, they're actually designed as mud guards, guys. Okay, so the idea is the wheel turns, it actually catches and deflects some of the mud. I'm going to pause it a sec, so I'm struggling with one hand by here, so bear with me. Yeah, so now the body's back on, guys. Basically, the idea is that these little bunny ears on the side of the vehicle, as the wheel turns, obviously mud is then deflected through these bunny ears to the back of the vehicle. But I've also added some Bigfoot custom mud guards as well. As I say, big shout out to Ben. And yeah, so I try and keep the mud away from the rear axles and obviously the shocks. But I think she looks absolutely stunning. A very, very badass looking truck. It's got a certain stance to it, a look to it, and as I mentioned, 4S. I love 4S. Very happy with the 4S vehicle. It's light enough basically to give me an absolutely awesome price to performance, e.g. that between the electrics and how light the vehicle is and the cost, I'm looking at, all right, now granted, you don't have to go for these, but I will say the Hobao wheels that actually come with these vehicles, in my opinion, if you're into bashing, it's not going to be fit for purpose. I haven't even bothered gluing the ones that come with the vehicle. But yeah, overall package, I'm very pleased with the way it's come out. Very, very pleased. So what do you think, guys? Please let me know in the comments. I would love to know what your thoughts are. If you've got any ideas for upgrades, things I can do to the vehicle, please do, because as you know, I do like to upgrade everything. That's a bit of the channel motto. I can't wait to get this out. I just wish the weather would sort itself out now. Guys, I'm going to give you a little bit of B-roll. We'll go through the car. I'll put a bit of music to it, I would imagine, and hopefully you'll enjoy the video. And then we'll bounce back up and go from there, guys. But yeah, my SSTE, very proud of this one. What a cracking birthday present off my wife and daughter. And I've loved the whole roller experience and putting my own touches to the vehicle. Reminds me very much of the kits I used to buy when I was actually racing. So yeah, very, very, very happy with how this has turned out. Guys, pause the video. So what do you reckon, guys? I'm absolutely made up of the way this has actually turned out. I'm really, really happy with it. I'm going to be running this as soon as I can get out, guys. I promise you, the weather's absolutely stinking here. And obviously it goes dark quite early, so guys, as soon as I can get out on a weekend, I am working this weekend, so it doesn't look like I'll probably be able to get a chance to run it. But as soon as I'm going to get a chance, I think Robbie from Tenby is going to be coming down, and I'm looking forward to that. So the two Hobaos are going to be going out for the first rip along Garth Park. I'm quite looking forward to that, actually. It's going to be interesting to see both of them. And Robbie's done things a little bit differently to how I've done. Not massively, but they are just different pieces of equipment in the vehicle. So it'd be interesting to see what the performance difference is, if there is any performance differences between the two vehicles. Massive shout out to Western Valley Models for obviously hooking me up there, and obviously my wife and daughter, I've mentioned it loads of times. Big shout out to those guys. I'm going to thoroughly enjoy this vehicle for quite some time. I can see it. It's not something that's going to be going anywhere. So it's not like some of the other cars on the channel that I maybe get in, look at it, use them, enjoy them for a little bit, and then obviously move them on to bring you guys some new stuff to the channel. I want to also say thank you to each and every one of you as well for all the likes, shares and the subscribes on the channel, guys. Really do appreciate it. Even the comments. I enjoy going through them when I get 5 to sit down in front of the laptop and just go through them, have a little chat with you guys. I try my hardest to reply to each and every one of them. Sometimes a little bit later than others, sometimes I'm on it straight away. But guys, please do leave comments if you've got any questions, or even would like to chat about general RC stuff. Let me know. We're nearly on the cusp of 1,000. Keep liking, keep subscribing, keep sharing. Until next time, guys, check the box for more videos. Stay awesome. I'll catch you later.